Nigga, like, I didn't ask for this. I kept telling him no. I kept telling him take me home. I was not trying to be a part of this.
There's a difference when you walk through, got me asking how to get you.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Bree Jolise, and I'm back with another video. Still in the same setting, still in the same everything going on, okay? Because I'm just trying to get these videos done. I'm just trying to get these videos busted out for you guys because I know I've been so inconsistent, but I'm trying. But yeah, this will be a story time called He Had a Gun. He had a gun, bruh. He had a gun, okay? So, yes, sit back, relax, and tune in, okay, girl? Because this is about to get juicy. This is about Ryan and Keisha. We have another person called, what do I want to call him? Corey. We'll name him Corey, yes. If you haven't seen the other story time, you might want to go back to that one, which is She Came to Me as a Woman. And this is like what comes after She Came to Me as a Woman. So you might want to tune into that one first, okay? I literally still was messing with Ryan because Ryan didn't do anything wrong in my eyes because we were not together. Ryan is a very jealous person, insecure, and he needs control, okay? If needless to say, he's a Scorpio, he's a freaking Scorpio. If you know your signs, you know that's their traits. Ryan would want me all to himself. Like, if he's seeing people trying to talk to me at Target, it was a problem. Like, and guys would try to talk to me at Target all the time. It was coming to a point where it was like we were in a relationship without the title, and I was not feeling it because I'm like, we didn't make this official. So it's like, if I see him talking to somebody, I gotta suck it up. But if he see me talking to somebody, it's a whole situation. There was a new security guard that came to the store. He was tall. He was fine. Okay, he was fine. And he talked very proper. He was very respectful, and I loved it. I loved it. Ryan was like my height, pretty, hazel eyes. Ryan was beautiful. He had really thick lips. Like, Ryan was beautiful to me. Corey came to the store, and like I said, I used to work in the fitting room. Security has to come to check the fitting room. I think 15 to 20 minutes. They have to keep coming to check the fitting room, making sure nobody's stealing or whatever the case may be. So he just kept coming to the fitting room. It's like, oh my God, like, he's so fine. Like, it felt like, I felt like a kid again. Like, I had this new love interest. He would flirt with me. I would flirt back. Like, we would take our breaks together, and we would be kissing in the back of the fitting room. I just felt like a child. Like, I really felt like a child. I felt really giddy, and I didn't get none of those feelings from Ryan. We didn't start off mad cute. Like, it was interesting to see his face around. It was weird, like, because he would just pop up out of nowhere. Like, I'll be minding my business, doing my work, and he would just pop up out of nowhere. I see his ass walking past, and he would just give me that big ass cheese smile. And it would just be that. Like, it wouldn't be a come flirt with me, nothing like that. Like, it wouldn't be a come kiss me real quick, nothing like that. So this dude was having my heart, okay? He was having my heart, but I was still dealing with Ryan. I'm so sad that it ended the way it was, but I'm gonna tell you why it ended the way it was and it couldn't come back. Corey would come to the fitting room, come check on me, everything. We would take our breaks together. We would be cute, real cute, but still on the slickety slide because I didn't need for Ryan to be all up in my situation and scare Corey away. Catching mad feelings and being a jealous ass mess, because when he would see certain things, he would call me on my phone and be like, why are you talking to that dude so long? Like, it would be other coworkers. Like, a guy would come to the fitting room and ask me for my help. He would ask me, where is this and that? Ryan would pass by and see that shit, I would get a text message, you know I'm jealous. And that began to be a very bad turn off. One day, my team lead, which before she was a team lead, she did not like me. Like, cause she hung out with Keisha and she hung out with the other girls that did not like me because of Ryan. And so she had told Ryan that she seen me kissing the security guard in the fitting room. So Ryan had knew about that. When we would take our breaks in Starbucks, people would see us and they would go back to Ryan and tell Ryan that they seen us taking breaks in Starbucks. But I still would do it because I didn't care, because I'm not your girl. And plus, I knew that Ryan was still dealing with Keisha. Like, I knew he was still trying to flirt with her. I knew they would still do things together. They probably would still link and shit. I knew all of that stuff. So I just didn't care. Like, I was still doing me, because at the end of the day, females, you don't just date one nigga. You really like that nigga, okay, but don't cut off your hoes for that one nigga, because best believe, if he not a real nigga, he's still doing him. He's still talking to other females. So you got to do you too, boo boo. All right? Okay. One day I decided to do a double, and Ryan would get off of work around the time I would get off, but I wanted to do a double, so he was like, okay, I'll just come back for you. And I'm like, bet. Corey decided to do a double too. And I was just like, okay, baby. Okay, baby. You want to spend extra time with me? Okay, baby. But when I would do doubles, I would not do doubles for real. And I would go hide in the break room for mad hours. I'll come back, show my face, clean some shit up real quick, go back in the fitting room, go hang out at Starbucks. So I'm just getting paid to do nothing type shit. And so that day I was in the Starbucks for hours. And so he would come spend time with me in Starbucks and then go back on the floor to make it seem like he was doing stuff too, then come back and spend time with me in Starbucks. There was this team lead that she used to be my team lead, but then she ended up going to cash register. I'm gonna just call her Becky. And she was an old lady, which this whole stuff, like the drama that I was getting into was getting me tight, because it was always old people. Like, it was older people than me. I'm 19 to 21, and there's older people pushing 30 and up hating on me, my young self, in my business.
Excuse me, ma'am. Excuse me. You in my business? Yeah, don't do that. Anywho, my way. In
my business. I couldn't understand. Like, I couldn't understand. So Becky has seen me and Corey in Starbucks and had told Keisha, because she was really tight with Keisha, and Keisha told Ryan. So Ryan is blowing me up, like blowing my phone up, and I'm not answering.
These hoes keep calling, I ain't picking up.
So it's making him more mad and making him know that what they said was true. Because I'm with Corey right now. Like, I'm not even about to answer you. But he was blowing me up so bad that I ended up telling Corey what was the tea. Because Corey didn't know prior to all this that I was talking to Ryan, and that Ryan is a jealous ass motherfucker. And so I had to let Corey in on the information, so he's not blindsided and he could just know, so I can answer this fucking phone call. So I answer the phone, and he's just like, oh, like, I'm coming to get you right now. I'm like, bro, I'm not leaving till I finish my shift. Like, and I was just like, how do you even know I'm doing anything? I'm not doing anything. And he's like, oh, I have my sources, and they telling me that they see you with this dude. I'm like, bro, we not together. Like, we're not together. Dudes don't care. They don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear that y'all not together. Because in their head, y'all together. And y'all together is them doing whatever they want to do while you just sit there and be theirs. That's not how it works, my nigga. It's not how it works. So I get off the phone or whatever. He's still blowing me up all through my shift, blowing me up. Corey's like, bro, if you need help, like, let me know. Like, I got you. And I'm like, oh, like, that's no need. Like, yo, that, I don't like when guys do that to me. Like, I don't like when guys be like, oh, if you need me to beat this person up, like, I got you. Cause like, I'm not even about to get gassed and believe that, because of this very reason. People don't be what they say they are. Like, people be so scary. Like, people be so fucking scary. It's getting time for me to leave. He's outside. He's on time. He is before on time because he is upset. So I'm trying to like take my stuff out of my locker, and my locker is locked, like to the point where the security has to break my locker open. And I'm like, yo, this is just, and he's like, keep calling me black and like, come outside, like, you taking too long, da-da-da, like, come outside, like, what's taking you so long, da-da-da, like, his head about to fucking explode and shit. And I'm like, wait, my locker is locked, like, I didn't tell you to come get me, like. So I go outside, I get in the car, he's just like, oh my God, why you doing this, da-da-da, like, why you this and that, like. And I'm like, bro,
Not your bitch. Not your bitch. I am not your bitch. Period, poo.
like, the fuck, like, we're not together, like, stop playing with me. So he's like, bro, stop saying that, like, we together, like, blah 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 blah. He's just getting upset or whatever, and he ends up taking me home, and then the next day we do it all over again. Okay, I was still talking to Corey. I did not care. We took our breaks together and everything, like nothing ever happened. Okay, Ryan ends up taking me home, and on the way home, Corey calls me. So I see him call me, and I tuck my phone behind my thigh so Ryan doesn't see, because the whole time we're talking about this whole situation with him and Keisha, me and Corey, and it's just annoying, and I don't want him to see Corey talk, like, call me, and then it just be a whole nother situation. So we're sitting in front of the house, and he's still going on claiming that he's not talking to Keisha no more and all this other shit. And I'm just like, bro, you want to talk to, because you're not about to tell me you're not. Like, you're not about to tell me you're not. So I'm like, you want to do you, I'm going to do me. And then I'm like picking up my phone, about to leave out the car, and my phone rings, and it says, Corey, 2 hearts. I don't know what's up with me and these 2 hearts shit situation, but that's my thing. Like, you my boo thing, you gonna have 2 hearts next to your name. Nah, now I don't do that, because dudes, you gotta prove. You really gotta show and prove, because once you change your nigga name and your phone, they start acting up. So I don't. Now you just Ryan, period, point blank, period. Like, so I'm getting out the car, and my phone says, Corey, 2 hearts. And I'm like, why Ryan snatched my phone out my hand, bro? And I'm like, damn. So he hops out the car, answers the phone, and he's like, why you calling my girl? And so I can't hear what Corey is saying on the other line, but basically it's like he's talking his ish, okay? And so Ryan gets in a car, and he's mad, like, and so he pulls off. He get in front of his house, and I'm like, yo, this is too much. Like, you doing too much. So he gets out the car, he changes his fit, and he got the I'm like, is this necessary, my nigga? Like, now I'm getting really heated, like, because I was already mad that you took my phone, which my phone was locked, so he couldn't get into it. But every time I would call, he would pick up and be like, so where you at? Da-da-da, like, type shit. So I'm getting upset, because I'm like, bro, just take me home. Keep the phone. Keep the phone at this point. I didn't sign up for this crazy shit. Like, you got a gun, my nigga. You bringing a gun to a knife fight, my nigga. It's not that serious. Like, it's not that fucking serious. But niggas be doing too much. Ryan is driving around. He goes tell his cousins what's up, and his cousins is down to ride.
On the ride for a homicide when it's drama time.
So I'm just like, this is some dumbass bullshit. This is not even that serious. Like, you know, any other female be like, oh my God, he's trying to fight over me. Oh my God. No, nigga, drop me home. You do your thing on your own time. Like, I kept telling him that shit. Like, I'm really blacking on him. Like, he does not care. Like, he's just like, all right, like, He got blinders on, my nigga. We're in front of his cousin's house. And so I get out the car because his cousin lived in the same vicinity as me or whatever. So, but it's still a little walk to get to my crib. But I didn't care. So I get out the car. I take my bags. I get out the car. He could have the phone. I don't. So I'm walking or whatever. And I get all the way to the main road. And this nigga speeds down the street and like parks in front of the street that I was about to walk on. And I'm walking, and he hops out the car. This nigga hops out the car, and the gun falls out of the car, out of his pocket, on this main road. So now he's pissed. Like, he's pissed the fuck off. And I'm like, yo, this is some bullshit. So I'm walking, like trying to speed walk. This nigga is fucking after me. Brianna, get in the car. So it looks like he's about to fucking kidnap me because he's dragging me. When I tell you he was dragging me, he was dragging me. Corey never came. Corey calls one more time and says, meet me at Target.
Boy, if you don't get...
You gotta be fucking kidding me. Like, you got to be kidding me. What do you mean, meet me at Target? Like, no one's coming to Target to fight you, bro. Nobody. We all work at Target. Like, we all work at Target. You trying to get fired, my nigga? Like, what are you talking about? Nobody's coming to Target to fight you. Like, you were supposed to be meeting niggas with your family, which I met his family. And now, like, I was feeling real bad. Like, just take me home. I don't want to be a part of this. Because they're going to be like, you brought this girl around us and she got you in some shit. Like, you supposed to be meeting him with your family to come do business, handle business. And I understand that's why Ryan bought out the fucking gun. But at the same time, it's like, my nigga, it's not that serious to be trying to take somebody's life if it came down to it. Like, it's just not. When you look back at what it's for, it's your fault that you're in this situation because you don't know how not to be jealous. Like, you don't know how to just relax. Like, I'm telling you, chill, and you're not fucking chilling. Like, and I'm just like, damn, I'm in this fucking situation because I just don't know how to not fuck with crazy ass niggas. Like, what the fuck? Like, I'm just trying to be me, trying to live my young life. I'm just trying to, you know, have my little booze, have my cakes and eat it too. Because he over here having his cake and eat it too, so I'm doing the same shit. But you can't fuck with crazy. I'm telling you can't fuck with crazy. So, so he ends up driving me to his house. He does not drive to my house. We pass my house. He makes sure that he passes my house and goes right to his house. And I'm just like, you think you a funny ass nigga. And his cousin, one of his cousins, end up coming and like stopping in front of his car. And he's like, oh, like, what's good? Like, what's going on? And so he tells him, like, homeboy ain't want no smoke. His cousin's like, yo, if you need me, let me know. Call me, blah, blah, blah. He pulls off. So Ryan hops on top of his hood of his car. I'm still sitting in the passenger seat, like, mad as hell. Like, I want to go home. Like, my passenger side window is cracked this whole time. So I was able to hear the conversation he had with Corey. And I'm able to hear the conversation he has with his other cousin. And he's just sitting on his hood, on the phone with his cousin, on speakerphone. And his cousin's like, don't be fighting over no like, this, you shouldn't be doing all this over no. And I'm like, nigga, like, I didn't ask for this. I kept telling him no. I kept telling him take me home. I was not trying to be a part of this. You told me I don't fight over no. I don't want him to fight over me. The fuck? And I ain't no like. I was so mad, yo. And he just on the phone like, yeah, you right. Yeah, you right. Here, nigga. So he gets off the phone with his cousin and he just gets up off the hood and he's like, yo, come inside because I'm going inside. And I'm like, nigga, take me home. Like, he's like, I'm not taking you home. Come inside or you're just gonna sit in here. And I'm like, bruh. And this nigga still, mind you, this nigga still has my phone. Like, So I'm like, yo, this some bullshit. So I got out the car and I go my ass right up inside, and he's trying to, like, he's talking to me. He sits me on his lap like he's Big Papa. And he's just like, I want you to be my girl. And I'm like, after all of this makes you realize that you want me to be your girl. Like, I'm like, yo, you're fucking nuts. Like, you're crazy. And he's like, yeah, crazy for you, baby. Like, type. He didn't necessarily say that, but pretty much, like. So I'm just like, all right, whatever. So now we in a relationship, and I tell him, like, you need to stop fucking with Keisha. Like, I'm not playing with you. Like, that's done. That's over. And then he's like, yes, it's over. Like, it's you, like, type shit. And I'm like, I bet. So then after that, we was just chilling and shit. And then he was like saying like, oh, now that you my girl, you have to live with me because I'm not having this back and forth. You living with me. And I was like, okay, daddy. I was like, okay, daddy, like, you ain't even gotta say nothing else. Like, but bitch, that was a great experience and a fucked up experience too. Like, oh, I almost forgot. And so I didn't talk to Corey no more. Like, it was just awkward. Like, when I went back to work, I seen Corey and it was just weird. Like, he was looking at me like sad with the sad face. And I had told my friend at the time about it, and she blew it up. He a little pussy. He a little scary cat. Like, while he's walking past, and I'm like, dang, like, I ain't wanted to be all of that. Like, I just, but that's why I don't be listening to dudes when they be like, oh, if you need me, I got you. Let me know. Cause nigga, you was not about that life. Like, you was not about it at all. Like, he didn't know that Ryan had the gun. So you just scary, period. Like, you just scary, period. So I'm glad that he was scary, because things could have got really life-changing if he would have came. And we ain't need none of that. So that was the time he had a gun. He tried to do something. But it ain't happen like that. So yeah. But yes, if you stay to the end of this video, you a real one. And if you want to see a little more of the Breek girl, please follow me on all my social medias. Instagram is crave_Bree, and Snapchat is Brianna_Thomas. And comment and like and subscribe. And I love you. See you later.